Today, we're going to take a bit of a shortcut right inside your own body. We're exploring what I like to call the immune symphony. It's this amazing interconnected team just working nonstop to keep you feeling healthy, feeling joyful.
Exactly. And our mission today is really to just break it down. We're going to look at the immune dream team, the core players, and, show you how simple things like everyday hormones and even some food choices are basically nature's own support system.
I love that. So let's unpack it. Who are the MVPs? The first responders on the front line when a threat shows up.
Okay, so that would be your dynamic duo, T cells and natural killer cells, or NK cells for short.
Right.
And the sources show this really fascinating high-speed chatter between them. A T cell passes a molecule, it's a cytokine called IL-2, to an NK cell. Almost like a hot potato.
Like a hot potato, I like that. But
Yeah.
why? Why the rush? What happens if the NK cell, drops the potato?
Well, that's just it. That speed is absolutely crucial. The IL-2 isn't just a message, it's the on switch. It flips the NK cell into full-on attack mode.
Right.
So the faster that handoff happens, the quicker and more effective the whole counterattack becomes. It gets the whole system firing on all cylinders immediately.
So if the cells are the fighters, then these signals, the cytokines, they're basically the communication network. Are they really just text messages?
They essentially are.
Okay.
But they definitely have different tones, You've got your pro-inflammatory messages. Think of those as the all-caps, red alert texts.
The emergency broadcast.
Precisely. Things like IL-12, they're screaming, mobilize now. Then, after the threat is handled, you get the anti-inflammatory messages like IL-10.
And those are the all-clear texts.
The all-clear stand-down texts. They tell the system to cool off and start the cleanup process.
It sounds like this constant, really delicate balancing act, and hormones are conducting all of this, things we make every day.
They're the traffic controllers, absolutely. Take cortisol. We always tag it as the stress hormone, but it's much more than that. It manages where and when inflammation happens.
So it guides the traffic.
It does. But if your cortisol is out of sync, maybe from chronic stress, the whole system can get gridlocked. It's really a balance or bust kind of deal. And then you have adrenaline. That's more like a short-term turbo boost, speeding up the NK cells for those critical lightning-fast responses.
And this is where it gets so interesting, because if hormones are the regulators, it means our lifestyle choices have a real impact. Let's talk about sleep. The sources say nighttime is our secret weapon. Why is that?
Because that's when your body is actively training its defenses. The hormone melatonin doesn't just make you sleepy. It actually boosts the production and the activity of your T and NK cells.
So skipping sleep is like benching your best players.
You're benching your star players right before the big game. And you also get support from things like growth hormone, which amps up antibodies, and DHEA, which fuels those T and NK cells when you're under stress.
That's so empowering. Just prioritizing rest is a huge natural hack.
Yeah.
So what about fuel? What are some easy natural aids we can use?
Well, we have to start with the gut. Your gut microbiome is, and I love this analogy, it's like a DJ tuning your T cells, making them more or less sensitive to threats.
Okay. And for direct fuel?
For direct fuel, the sources point to some really simple wins, things like walnuts and fish oil. They deliver omegas, which are called nature's immune hacks, for a good reason. They keep all the cell membranes flexible, which makes for better, faster signaling.
So you've got your cells fueled up, they're communicating, but they still need to get where they're going, right? That's where circulation comes in.
Precisely. If traffic's jammed, the response is lost. Red blood cells are zipping oxygen everywhere, and then nitric oxide acts like the engineer. It literally widens the blood vessels for what the source calls rush hour speed.
Rush hour speed, love it.
It just ensures everyone gets where they need to go right away.
So when you put this all together, your body is running this incredibly sophisticated symphony. It's constantly communicating, and it's so responsive to things as simple as good rest and the right fuel.
It really is. It shows that it's less about finding some kind of magic bullet and more about just optimizing the brilliant system you already have.
Which is a fantastic way to look at it.
And it kind of leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If the sources show that something as basic and accessible as melatonin from a good night's sleep is one of the top stars supporting your best defenders, your T and NK cells,
how does simply choosing to prioritize rest fundamentally shift your whole approach to health awareness?
right?
It kind of moves the focus away from just worrying about outside threats and more towards celebrating your body's own amazing natural defenses.